Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2023 PDGA Champions Cup. We have round 3 back 9 action. This event is presented by Bushnell, and it is brought to you in Appling, Georgia at the IDGC, the home of the Hall of Fame, the home of memories, the home of this here major. Paul, Jeremy, what you got?
I got a packed leaderboard. I got people making some moves. I got people dropping. That sounds like that's what we call moving day at a major. And we also have 2 people just kind of separating themselves from the field, which at majors, that's the toughest thing you can do in the sport.
Well, yeah, we got Vinyl Makala and Eagle McMahon sitting there at 23 under, just 2 back of Niklas, who is sitting 2 back of Isaac. That is a little bit of separation. It's a little bit of comfort for Isaac, but you can't get too comfortable because these guys are hungry and they're getting birdies aplenty. And Isaac, all he needs to do is just continue doing what he's been doing. I mean, he has just been smooth sailing right down the fairway, making putts. That's how you win the disc golf tournament thing. So.
Yeah, it is. When we look at the last few tournaments, though, everything's been tight all the way to the end. We have second card coming up and winning a lot of tournaments this year because of the tight fields. We're not seeing that right here. We are seeing a little separation, and that's surprising a little bit to me. Yep. That means that we're watching something special. Let's start it off on this hole 10, par 4, 606, slight left to right turn off the tee.
Niklas is going to go with that understable thing he's been doing so well, and it's just so fun to watch a disc get released with so much hyzer that just keeps turning right.
That's not the best spot. He's going to have a sidearm probably out, and it's
ooh, Isaac
accessible.
Using every bit of that right side or left side to get back into perfect position, but man, that was close. This early tree right off the tee pad to the left is definitely in the player's head. Like, you have to really...
Oh, this is fun. Right here.
Yep. That's about as good as you're going to get.
Yeah, Isaac was 3 inches away from double bogey right there.
James Conrad, a tough front 9, even par. His only miss in the circle just came on the last hole. This back 9 is proving to be more difficult than the front 9, but we've also seen some really great birdie streaks. James is going to need to get things going here if he wants to get his name back in contention. Isaac off a bit left side. He's going to have a putt, though.
Yeah, I think the back 9 plays harder, but we've seen better scores come off the back 9 for some reason.
Yeah, I don't get it. James right there throws a bullet right to the pin, hits the pole, and Niklas is in some real gross stuff there.
Going with the backhand, which means it's very tough.
Yeah.
This is a must.
Just such a good drive.
Yeah, must get up and down situation here.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
There's the koozie doing its job. How often does that thing spit back rollers?
Depends on what card you're on.
Yeah, seems to be true. Isaac up first here, just outside the circle. Annie putt and just pick up the mini.
Well, Silas didn't even watch it the whole way.
He didn't have to pick up a mini because he's too casual. Putting on a mini requires more work. He doesn't need to do all that. And that will be a bogey for Niklas. The first real mistake we've seen. And 2 strokes in Isaac's favor. That 2-stroke gap just became 4. I said that James shot even on the front 9. He actually shot 1 under. I didn't see the birdie that he got on 1 on that prior 9-hole stretch. But yes, he is now at 2 under par. And Silas, James, and Isaac all take the birdie. And look at, yeah, don't need to see that one. I know where that's going. Let's go ahead and pick up that disc. boom, 4-shot advantage, just like that.
Yeah, that's reaching in the bag right there. Not a lot of people have that.
We just haven't really seen a 4-shot lead at any point this season. I can't recall. I mean, it's just been the season of the chase card, like you said. Pretty amazing just to even have the same lead card 2 rounds in a row. That to me says a lot about the play of these guys so far, but a lot of things happening on the course right now. It'd be pretty incredible to see the same card once again. Isaac, this turnover looks pretty good. If it stays up and gets flat, yes, it does. Yeah, can't really beat a guy who just keeps birdieing everything.
Yeah,
this looks even better.
Isaac's one of those guys that we just don't know yet. We saw him really pull away from the field at Idlewild, so it's in there. And then we saw him at the Pro Tour Championships really playing well. I don't want to say he's unproven.
Oh, he's certainly not unproven.
Because he is, but...
Yeah, we know what he's about.
But after this, being able to just birdie, 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 he's one of those guys that when he's on, he might...
He is to be feared.
Yeah, he might be like one of the best when he's playing well on a wooded course.
Well,
who else?
This hole right here, guys, it's not easy. Not easy by any means. And we've got 4 shots in the circle. James again low. Well, I don't want to say again. That's his first low miss, but again missing in the circle. Got to knock those down here. In this position at this stage of the event. Niklas bouncing back, getting a nice birdie. That miss is going to hurt for James. Low just hurts more for some reason. I don't know why it does. It's the same thing. It's a miss, but it hurts more. Isaac wouldn't know about hurt or pain. He's just flawless right now. Three under is still quite good for our lead card here on 11. Obviously, James would have loved to have seen a star frame. And so would we. Yeah, tight form from Silas. And Cannon jumping all the way up to 3rd. He's still got one more hole, potential opportunity to break the course record. He's sitting at 12 under right now. Obviously, these guys have more holes to birdie, but that is a huge jump for Gannon.
Yes, it is. One of my favorite holes in the country right here. Hole 12 is a par 5, 990. Tight fairway off the boot. Throw it about 450 as straight as you can, and that'll give you an option to go down this left side gap all the way to the hole to try to get the Eagle 3, or play the easy fairway or mid-range, which is what Isaac's doing to get himself in position. And then there's a back route that you can throw to get the easy birdie 4.
That's the gap you're trying to hit right off the tee. And once again, Isaac is not going to be in any danger off the tee. Putting himself in that sweet spot, he's going to have that big hyzer second. Should be pretty easy birdie if he doesn't make a mistake on the second throw.
Is this going to turn?
If this keeps turning, this is going to be fantastic. Oh, gosh. Silas, that is not the route intended. His footwork is going to be tricky there, but man, he is way down the fairway.
Yeah, he has an option. He can try to do that left gap, or he can take the easy birdie. If I was his caddy, I'd say, let's go for the easy birdie. Niklas gets a little...
Oh, that's a good kick.
It's a good kick. That was pulled to the right edge of the fairway there. It's going to be tough for him to even get to the right side. So he might only have the option to go left there.
I don't think it's a bad play to lay up to the mouth of the gap and go down the straight gap, especially with that big tree that's fallen down that inside route as James... That was headed somewhere special. But still, it's fine. He's in the middle of the fairway. He's going to have options. But yeah, Niklas looks like he is looking down. Well, he's got that flippy disc in his hand.
Yep, down that tight left. Oh, this is good no matter where it ends up. Yeah, that's fine. He made a good 380 down that fairway, and then from there he's going to have about 250 into the green.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he should be able to manufacture some sort of look at birdie from there.
Is James going the Anheuser? He's
laying up
going,
that gap.
Hey,
Trying to.
Yeah, not really picking one definitively. Be interesting to see what he does from there. But, I mean, you have all the options in the world here. Isaac going down the right side. If he misses that early, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Great kick. All right.
And Silas is going to have to get his feet situated there. Yes, does so nicely.
He can get all the way to circle 2 from there.
Yep. If anyone can, it's him. And that is not quite in C2, I don't think. But he's looking at it. He's looking at a long eagle putt.
Tough to do going that backside route, but doable. And this is a lot better than we thought from James with his positioning. I think it made the fairway a lot bigger being on that right side. And that's a birdie right there. He's been a little streaky with the putter, so he's going to have to take his time on that one. But 20 feet should be
fine. Should be in the bag.
Turn. One of those.
Yeah. It's a good shot.
This is probably going to be
pretty
close.
Let me guess. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. It's great.
But this is needed.
Yeah, Silas, get on the board with an eagle, young man.
Too high.
Yeah, good effort, though. Oh, rolling back prices and more.
Deal. Because that was sneaking into the spot.
Yeah.
Now he's fine.
Yep.
We just saw Niklas make this on the last hole, but miss on the hole prior. Yep. That's no problem.
Just controls that.
At this stage of the game, I don't want to just start giving him the 20-footers because it is going to start getting harder from that 20 to 25-foot range.
Well, sure. It's never a gimme at all. We just are kind of desensitized to the stress, I think, from seeing them just continuously make putts in our faces.
Yeah, and it's I've said this a bunch of times, but once you're watching the lead card, they're playing the best out of the field, so they probably got those dialed.
James taking just one extra pump to get things worked out. Gets that one in, and we're going to have a star frame and a quick shout out to Ilkin Grow, the only eagle in round 3 here on the par 5 12. But I do want to say that I didn't really mention the eagles from round 2, and Eagle McMahon got one. Anthony Barella on that big run that he had, and Brandon Latta, and I feel like it's worth noting because it's just such an impressive eagle. Yep. Isaac Robinson, the first of 30 under. On to hole 13, par 3, 399 feet. So important to get through this gap, and including these trees right here, because forehands oftentimes want to challenge those, but to play this best, a forehand has to be pushed down the backside and get a big skip. We don't have to worry about that with Isaac and James, though. They are playing a different sport on a different planet. Look at this turn. This is so good. I just don't get that. It has to go so far right with such a low ceiling.
It's got a push. It might be right side. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little right side, Paul.
That's on the right side of the bullseye is what it is.
That's really good.
Did he get through anything, or was it perfect?
No,
yeah, it was perfect.
perfect.
It was perfect. Yep. Takes a lot of spin. A lot of spin to get that forehand around all those trees and moving all the way over there. Niklas doing the right thing, pushing it down the backside at first. Just a little too straight. A touch more hyzer, and that thing is going to be down there. A hex here for James. And he was hexed a bit with the result. And you guys are pretty lucky at home. You are a fortunate one. You've seen a James Conrad forehand.
And he's probably better than you at it, even though he doesn't throw it often.
It felt like a personal attack, but I think you're talking to the masses, but I'll still take it as a personal attack.
Look at this little bit.
Yeah.
This is good.
Good angle control, good speed control. Par for Niklas. And Isaac looking for his second birdie on this unbackhandable line. Yeah, of course. That is really quite good. Anyone who's been to the IDGC and played this hole can vouch. That's pretty good stuff there to get anything over and just C1 alone.
Yeah, I want to
pretty good.
mention behind the basket, we haven't done it yet, is it has been a bit more gusty this day than in previous days. So you can see the leaves kind of just like blowing a little bit back there. That makes it a little unnerving on the putting green and on the tee. It fluctuated on and off throughout the round. For sure.
Yeah, we didn't have to deal with that at all in round 1 and 2. It's been beautiful, sunny the entire time. And I mean, best weather we've had in many years, I feel like. The only issue, the only real complaint that I have as Isaac now makes that lead 5 shots, just incredible stuff, is that it's early spring and the pollen has been awful. And everyone is out there coughing and choking. It feels like you got a bug in your throat at all times. Everyone's drinking as much water as they can. But that wind has made things so much worse because it's really been blowing it in people's eyes. And I mean, you just hear sniffing throughout the gallery throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that definitely, is an issue, and it's affecting players' comfort.
Yeah, a lot of bless yous for sure.
Isaac,
that's our first mistake. Pretty good kick.
I just have been so comfortable, like just expecting him to split a gap that I didn't even know that was possible. And not a really bad punishment. Pretty gentle kick straight down left.
It is going to be tough from there to get the par.
Yeah, he's going to have to work. Silas is going to have to work to get his birdie, but with drives like that...
makes it easier. A lot easier. This is the toughest gap to hit on the course.
You think over 5 and 17?
I think... it's a tougher birdie. Well, it's not gap, but it's a tougher, it's a tougher gap to hit to get the birdie. I think 17, you hit the gap, you get the birdie.
Yeah, you get up the hill and you're like pretty much, it's like almost a sure thing. Here, you have to hit the gap, and then I think you want to go left side. Yeah. James does a little acrobatic follow through, a little pirouette even off the tee, safe landing, great tee shot. Yeah, you want to get through that gap, and then you definitely want to get your disc going left. Because if you're where Silas is, the approach becomes incredibly difficult. And we just saw back-to-back holes, James Conrad forehand, Isaac forehand. So that's just never happened before in disc golf.
Really good forehand there from
good position.
Isaac to hit that angle correctly to get to as far down the fairway as he really could have.
And Niklas having to force over the anhyzer. That's going to be down the fairway, but just with the Annie release, it's just not possible to get back to the pin unless you go super high.
Yeah, and overstable.
And really overstable.
You're going to need to miss that one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's there.
Yep. Just inside the circle, call it 28 feet. And Silas is going to have to go forehand inside gap, I would imagine. Oh, he tries to go around. Did that hit the tree, or was it clean?
I think it was clean.
Either way, it's so hard. If you're going around the outside of that tree to get back to the pin from that right side fairway, it has to be perfect.
Big shot here from Isaac to keep the juices flowing, and that's going to be...
challenging.
Yep.
30 feet, but he's got a putt, and those putts have dropped.
Look at this tough little lie. Great angle. Let's talk about Silas putting together a nice little birdie streak there.
Look at that. Yeah, 5 of the last 6 here to get 6 of the last 7. Yes.
That's really good comeback from him. Slow start, few bogeys, looked a little bit nervous.
Dropping down the leaderboard. Look at that, right?
Grab that for me.
Wow.
Bucket's leaning in his direction a little bit too.
Incredible performance. This is Silas saying, hello, world. I've got game. Niklas for the par, and that's going to be a second drop shot. An opportunity for
Isn't that funny?
Our leader to just get another shot if he can make his par save.
Yeah, he throws a pretty bad drive. Great putt there from James. And then all of a sudden, he's going to have a putt to get another stroke on the second place competitor.
James in for birdie, getting him to 23. And Isaac just...
Little high.
Sure.
Let's start nitpicking.
No.
Yeah, we have to. He's too good.
Scramble. Out of position, scrambled. Had to throw a forehand, a big second shot, and made a putt from the circle.
Got to get that putt lower, man.
Yeah, sure. You just keep doing what you're doing, Isaac, and we'll be nitpicking you for the next decade.
Yeah.
As we do with Macbeth, Like, what happened to Macbeth? He's like, nothing.
Yeah.
He's fine.
It's fine. Shot 10 under this round.
Yeah, he's fine.
Hole 15, par 4, 7-14. Big ante off the tee. You want it to get stable right here. Land flat, scoot up the hill to this stump with a perfect drive, and then really tricky upshot. Dealer's choice of however you can get it into that little ditch over there or slide it to the left side of the green. You don't see a lot of park jobs, even though we did see Niklas throw like the best shot ever.
Yeah, Thomas threw it in for 2 first round. This is a really fun finishing stretch. We've got the 4th most difficult hole on the last hole. This is the 3rd most difficult hole. Hole 16 doesn't make any sense because it's an easy one. But then 17 is the second hardest and 18 is the hardest. So we go 4th, 3rd, easy, 2nd, 1st.
I love that.
Silas a little bit off, kicking big time left. James squeaking down that right side fairway, getting to a really good spot.
Yeah.
I mean, from there, it's really hard still, but it's a lot easier than what Silas has. And it's leaking left. If that gets across a creek, okay, it is across a creek, but it's too far left. If you're in the fairway left side, I think that's the best possible approach angle, but it's just really hard to make this gap and then get over there.
Yeah, it's like oops, I didn't turn it over. Oh, look it. I'm in better spot than I would have been.
Exactly. Niklas getting through everything. He's at the top of the hill, and that is the best spot to be. So Silas, where is he? Is he on 16's fairway?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This is where he wants his drive to be on the next hole. Like, I think he's in C1 on 16.
Look at this tight gap. You're nuts. You're a crazy kid.
Oh, boy.
He had a gap to the right that he could have taken.
That's just greedy. Honestly, that's a sin.
Don't nitpick.
No, he's out there committing sins. No, I'm kidding.
Look
That's
at
an
this.
incredible shot. Look at Silas here. A little roll forward.
Little.
Yeah, it's a little. It's not that big of a roll. Slow down. There is an OB creek down there.
Stop.
Just a little 180-foot roll.
James really needs this to be close.
Great drive.
Ugh.
Sit down. Yeah.
Just watch the ankle control these guys are doing. That thing's sliding on a downhill slope to parked. Unbelievable control.
Wow. Niklas, that's a little bit tight.
I think that's not tight at all. I think that's perfect.
Oh, is he going to do it again? Is
He's gonna have to.
Is he going to get his feet wet in the creek again? Oh, my goodness.
Hands up.
Yeah, super gooey.
All right, here we go. Long jump putt needs to sit.
Yeah, and that's going to be left for the bogey.
For some reason, those down there are tricky. They're tricky little putts. See a lot of people miss from in that area.
He marked it, and this time it looks like he's attempting to keep his foot dry, whereas he just had no regard at all for his foot safety.
There's no way his feet are dry from yesterday.
Oh, yeah, those are the same shoes, and those things are waterproof, which means they do not dry quick. I mean, just give the man the birdie. Goodness gracious. And didn't hurt him at all in round 2 as he went on to birdie 16. He missed 17, but then he birdied 18 with the soggy foot.
Good putt.
Yeah,
For the bogey.
Yes, that's a solid delivery for bogey. Isaac has this for birdie. Wow.
He's given us the full treatment. The only thing we haven't seen from him is knock one down from deep.
Which is what he was doing that in Idlewild. Like he was like, that was where we're like, wow, this guy takes no time. All his putts from 65 feet are right on the line. Haven't seen him knock one down. He hasn't needed to. No. He's done this too well. That's why Nate Sexton said, my C2 stats aren't great. C2 is for suckers who can't throw it close. He said something along those lines. Either way,
sounds like a Nate Sexton.
Yeah, it's a great Nate Sexton quote. Hole 16, par 3. This is the one you got to get. This is the 4th easiest, which is surprising to me that it's not the easiest because it really feels quite simple. Turn over with an overstable putter that flattens out, slides up the hill to the right, get yourself a birdie, and head on to the last the two hardest holes in the course.
There are some guardian trees that you can kind of nip. And there is out of bounds to the right away. That's a little unnerving for people who aren't playing as good as these guys.
Yeah, I mean, a kick off of anything on this hole oftentimes leads to an OB.
Yeah.
Because it just, everything filters down to that creek. James, good drive. Isaac, let me guess.
That was helpful, that little branch there. And that works, when you put it to 18 feet, that usually works pretty good.
He birdies that. He's at 33 and 3 consecutive 11 unders.
Oof.
Niklas pushing
Perfect.
That backside. Missed that guy. That's the one. I'm surprised we haven't seen more people hit that tree.
Seriously, yeah. I thought the wider the better.
Yeah.
But now
you bring that tree into play with the wider.
I'm learning different.
Yep. Silas a little bit overturned maybe.
There's that OB, yeah.
Yep.
That was a bad break. He missed the center tree and then went straight back. That's not cool.
Does not need that after the great run he went on to get himself back into contention. Bogey's the 15th, and now he's more than likely going to bogey the 16th.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is 2 shots he could not afford to drop. He was maintaining his spot on the lead card with that back 9 performance he was putting on.
Yeah, and this was a tough break for Niklas as well. Okay, though. Spicy little effort.
Yeah, spicy effort, but he's going to be losing another shot to Isaac.
Very good. James making a nice little comeback on this back nine to try to
he
hold
is.
his spot on the lead card. He's 7 back of the lead. Which I would have bet a lot of money that his score right now
Would be right there.
yes.
Would be right there. Like at most, I would imagine
Couple
the
back.
average would have been 10 under through 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And that's if somebody is just on fire.
I said 8s would win. And I was a little bit off so far. It could still be the number. You never know. But this guy...
8s would be 32 total,
Yep.
right? Yeah, it'd be 32 total for 4 rounds of 8. And our leader's at 33. And he's got another round.
Yeah.
And 2 holes.
I'm still going to say this course is hard.
No one at home's going to believe us, but come out here, take your quick 11 over real quick, go back home, just say you did your research, you believe us now. It doesn't matter what course designers do anymore. No. These guys are just magicians with stability, with disc choice, I mean, with technology, with brains being good and stuff. They're going to figure it out. They're going to get a disc through the woods to the place that you thought no one could get to. And it's on full display right here in front of you.
Yeah. Oh, what is this? The second hardest hole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Star frame coming.
Tightest gap on the course to hit. Easiest if you... I feel like if you hit the gap, it's the easiest birdie on the course. Like this should be pretty doable.
Look
from
at this.
Up there.
We have seen some of the best drives ever this week on this hole, and James put his name in the hat. That's about as good as you can do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez, that's good.
I mean, at this point, comical. This is comic relief and entertainment, same time. This is a dramedy.
Yeah, in our group chat, I said, take me a month to get to
This
32
score.
under,
Playing
33
it every
under.
single day.
Yeah, a month.
Playing 4 off the tee and playing the best one.
No, it would take a long time, I think.
Niklas off a little bit because he hit a root. Other than that, he threw the gap perfectly. And Silas, oh no.
Good kick.
Oh, very good double kick. Yeah, that he obviously likes to attack gaps with speed. That time it looked like he got a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, timing was off for sure.
Whoa.
Get through. There's some Guardians right there.
Okay,
really...
that had some promise.
Mm-hmm.
If that turned a little bit quicker, that could have been something really special. Either way, good recovery shot.
Ha ha ha, neener, neener, neener. You got a bad break.
Yeah, and you're in the circle still somehow.
God, he's playing well.
I mean, whatever pressure one might feel from holding on to a lead.
Look at this little nifty play.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Good angle control. The back to the basket it's a position that Niklas feels really comfortable in.
Yes.
But yeah, whatever pressure one might feel is certainly different than what Isaac's feeling, it seems like, because if he is feeling any pressure, it's turning into a diamond. I mean, that pressure is forming a problem.
For the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Okay, though, this is circle's edge.
Birdie.
Wow. Yeah, I think at home people are thinking, well, if I could do it, I would be able to do it. These guys are better at turning the brain off than thinking about how to do it.
Good
brains
putt.
off.
Good putt from James. Awkward stance, uphill straddle. Connects that one, and he's on a really nice run. But yeah, I mean, Isaac's birdied 7 in the last 8, and he had the lead before he got on that stretch. He had multiple shots before he went on that stretch.
Yeah.
And now he's with the 7 in the last 8. He's just really, I mean, he's just writing his name on the trophy right now. I mean, it's not over. We got 19 more holes to go, but I mean, what indication do we have right now that this is going to stop happening? It's like he's already got through the pressure stage. The pressure stage is moving
ahead.
We just haven't seen separation
in years,
in a long time. I mean, we saw that with Ricky sometimes in Texas. So, I mean, obviously Paul's won some tournaments by double digits, but we typically don't see anyone get close to double-digit wins anymore. I don't remember the last time we had that on at a tour event.
Even more than 5.
Yeah, yes, exactly. 4 is like, wow, you really whooped the field. He's got a 7-shot lead right now. I just can't take my mind off of that. It's incredible. Anyways, on to the hardest hole of the course.
Yeah, and it can be a lot of it can be erased right here with a bad shot. I mean, you go out of bounds, throw it up there, go OB again. Double bogey, triple bogeys happen on this hole. If any hole can get you, it is this one being the most difficult. It's not going to get James because that's perfect.
Wow. That dude knows his discs. That's right in the perfect spot.
This is going to be... And that comes out a little low, turning. I mean, he's a little inside.
Yeah, okay. All right, nitpicker. Yeah, of course he is. That was a missed shot. But his worst misses have been like...
Barely.
He's hitting the leaves on the edge of the fairway as it gets back into the fairway. Niklas has been birdieing this hole. This time he pulls that drive, and just in that shot there, as you can see through the sun, you can see that pollen we're talking about. It's visible. Like, we're out there dealing with this on every hole. I'm surprised we haven't heard a sneeze in the background yet.
This is good.
Oh, that out of this hand, that just... that's what,
Bummer.
That's what this hole does. Those shots that go up the middle that are flat get the Annie push off the ground. And look at this little gap Niklas has.
God, that is
Is there anyone
good.
better at that shot? Look at this. Oh, my goodness. The camera can't even avoid
the ball.
That's what we're breathing in right now. Is Niklas the best at the patent pending right now?
This tournament, without a doubt.
I mean, the guy...
that wasn't a patent pending, though.
Well, yes, but his body was still in an awkward position, standstill. Still required good, clean hip movement as James gets a nice one. Low ceiling is tough on this hole. That pine cone maybe affected it a couple feet, but he is still well inside C2. And Isaac off the tree, and he's going to have relatively short putter approach. And he's going to finish round 3 bogey free. That is a lot of holes. Let's see. 36 plus 7. We've got 43 consecutive birdie or bogey free holes now for Isaac. Out here. 43 consecutive bogey free holes for Isaac. James for the big birdie.
Wow.
What a back nine.
Great putt.
This was such a 100 through the front.
What a great putt there.
Just scrapping his way, staying at, or getting to 27 under par. But I think staying on the league card. And Niklas for a 3rd consecutive birdie on the 18th and just a bit low. But all of his putts in this hole have been outside the circle. Not to be there. Silas, not the finish he was looking for. He was putting together a really strong bounce back.
Still only 3 off of 2nd place, though.
No, an incredible event being put together by Silas, for sure. But, I mean, the name that we just can't keep talking about, or can't stop talking about, Isaac Robinson, man. The local.
Yeah.
Only a couple hours away from here.
Look how smooth that putter comes into the basket. Let's look at this leaderboard. Okay, we got a bunch of 8s. That was the round to stay on there. Like I was thinking, not a lot of the double digits. It's a little tougher on moving day to get to that double digit mark. Isaac had no problem doing that. 7 clear of second place. We got a battle down there. What is it going to take tomorrow?
Well, I think for Isaac, the name of the game is just
5 under.
Smooth. Yeah, you don't have to do much. I mean, but the thing is the way that he attacks this course is by playing it the way that he knows how to play it, which is hitting the gaps with speed. I don't think he changes anything. I think you go into this last round and you try to set another course record. I mean, so far he set course record round 1. It got broken round 2, but he just tied that course record in round 3, 12 under, tied with Gannon for the hot round of the day. Obviously, Gannon jumping up big time with that round. But for Isaac, I mean, you don't have to do much. Just avoid the bogeys, and you're going to have yourself a major championship.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible stuff that we're seeing, guys. 1 round remaining here in Appling, Georgia for the PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the Founders Club. You guys are the reason we're here right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.